I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in fulcrum. Your choice. Hello there, welcome to Fulcrum and the Force. I'm Jim, this is my channel dedicated to everything Star Wars. And, yep, it's about that time. Now, if you've seen it, you should probably go and check it out. My good friend, Elvis the Brodalorian, made me this helmet. This dark fulcrum Mandalorian helmet, and it's incredible. Now, I've done a review of this. He's also actually done a whole build video of this, and I'll put those links down because you know what? It's cool. He let me know that he was reminded that this was a year ago. A year ago I've had this that long, and I've done nothing. When I spoke in that video, I was like, I'm going to do a full Mando outfit. I'm going to do the whole shebang. And I've done nothing. Well, that's not entirely true. Actually, I have done some stuff. It's just taken me a long time because I procrastinate about everything. I decided that I would do a full Mando outfit. Originally, I was going to do one. You can't see it based on my normal blue and orange Ahsoka. If you check out my Instagram, I think there's a picture of me in my original cosplay of that, which was like, it was made of foam. And it came out pretty well. There were certain things I wasn't super happy with. And then the minute I got that helmet, I was like, you know what? I want to do rather than do an orange and blue and white one, I wanted to do a purple and black version because let's be fair, purple and black is my thing. That little touch of pink in there is just... But, like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it's my thing. So I was like, you know what? I need to do this outfit. I didn't want to do it in foam again. And I was like, I want to do it. I want to 3D print it. But there's a lot that goes into 3D printing, especially when you don't have a 3D printer. However, I actually now do own a 3D printer, and it's a pretty big boy. It's a Raise 3D V2. It's fully enclosed. It's quite big. It's big enough to be able to print helmets in their entirety. It's big enough to print helmets in their entirety. So what I decided was I was going to print all my pieces and then I was going to start work on it. But then I was like, you know what? I should do a video. It's great content. You know, it's different. It's not something I've ever done. I've never 3D printed stuff and like done anything to finish it off. Like I've 3D printed a few things in my time, just little bits and pieces, but nothing that I've had to then finish because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm a total and utter beginner when it comes to all this sort of stuff. But we are at the point now where I have 3D printed all of my armor pieces. I should have done this video before when I was printing stuff so I could show you how things came out as they were printed. But you know what? Hey, yeah, it's all good. All I've done is concentrate on 3D printing my Mandalorian stuff. I've not printed anything else. I've not done anything else with it. I've just concentrated on the Mandalorian outfit. Why would I do anything else? So, listen, come on. When you get a 3D printer, you print everything. You're like, I want that. I'm just going to 3D print it. So much in my house that's 3D printed now. Anyway, that could be a whole nother video of things Jim's printed. But let's crack on with this whole Mandalorian outfit. Now, originally, I was going to do a classic Mando version and just do it. But as time's gone on and the more I've watched stuff, the more I've investigated stuff, I do want to do more of a Death Watch version. A Death Watch featured more in Mandalorian as opposed to like Maul's Death Watch. They're very similar, but there are some slight changes. So I decided to start with the chest piece because the chest piece is the main piece. Now on Mando, it's 2 pieces with a bit in the middle and then a bottom piece. Whereas Deathwatch is actually all one piece. And I figured that would be nice and easy to make. So I have printed my chest piece in full in one go. And here it is. So obviously this is just printed. Nothing else has happened to it. But this is how it's looking. That's how it's going to go on my chest. It's come out really, really nicely. I'm really, really pleased with how that came out. Obviously, there's always going to be print issues. That's why you have to do all the sanding and stuff. But we'll get to that in a minute. I just want to go through all the pieces I've printed. So, chest piece. Then, I'm just going to put that down there. Pauldrons. Now, pauldrons, I printed off a few different types of pauldron. I was like, oh, the Deathwatch, they have the ones that go all the way over. But I was like, I don't want to be exactly Deathwatch. I want to be my own version. So, I was looking through places. Now, a lot of this stuff, this particular one, the STL file for this was found on Thingiverse. And a lot of this stuff is found on Thingiverse. The helmet that you just may have just seen, this Daredevil helmet, that's on Thingiverse. You can get a lot of stuff on Thingiverse for free. However, there were some pieces where I'm like, I want that a little bit more specific. So I went through, obviously I've looked at places like Galactic Armory and stuff, but there was, if you look them up on Instagram, Maker Baked, I think the E on Baked is an 8 or the A is an 8, HK7335. He makes so many STLs and sells them all. He's got a Patreon. I'll put a link to his website below, his Etsy page, because his stuff is great. And on there I found exactly what I wanted for the pauldrons, because I wanted something super simple. What I'm going to do with this, if you haven't seen the orange, I would put a picture up of my design, what I'm going for, but I haven't finished it because I procrastinate. What this is going to be is it's going to be striped, purple and black stripes, like Ahsoka's Leku on there, but like purple and black. And then the other pauldron, so this is from Make a Baked, actually with a fulcrum symbol on it. So I'm just like, that. I mean, that's a no-brainer right there. There you go, made by HK7335. So yeah, so obviously I'm not sure which side these go on, but that I needed the fulcrum symbol, so that'll be there. Now, while I was there, I also found these hand plates from the same place. The print didn't come out great on this. That's my fault rather than anything else. I didn't set it up correctly. But hand plates, again, with the fulcrum symbol on it. So they'll go, no, idiot. They'll go like that on my gloves. With the fulcrum symbol on it. Then you'll have to excuse this. So, like, I don't know about anybody else, but I like playing with different colours of PLA as well. Like, I get bored of it. Like, grey is just boring, so I change things up. The last grey piece I did was I've done... So far we've done chest, we've done pauldrons, we've done hand. Obviously, we need gauntlets. Gauntlets I also found on Thingiverse. This is one of them. It actually comes in 2 pieces with small rockets that go in there and a bigger rocket that goes up the top there. You can't obviously hold it in, but like that. Nice sort of shape on the back there. The cool thing about these is because they're in 2 pieces and you've got these slots here, it doesn't really, the size, obviously the size matters because they have to fit on your arm, but then at the same time, like, you don't have to worry about trying to squeeze your hand in there, because obviously that's a bit big there, but they're going to be tied together there. Obviously they'll be further down anyway. So they'll be sort of tied together there, probably by Velcro, but it just means that they're nice and easy to remove as well. That's one side. And then the other side I printed in black because obviously I did. Um, and here it is. So you've got what would be a gun, I guess, flamethrower, whatever you want it to be, and then this slidey knifey. That was printed separately. This piece, it's just been lightly glued in place. Like, it will come off like with a little bit of force. I just put it there so that I could see what it looked like all together. Again, if you look, this one's got holes in it too. So again, easier to just attach and detach with Velcro. Again, nice and super simple. I always found that the gauntlets were like the hardest things to figure out what to do with them, because you can go whistling bird, you can go just full on like Boba with the pipes and stuff. But I was like, you know what? I want to try and keep this as simple as I can. The beauty of Mandalorian outfits, or Mandalorian suits of armor, if you wish, is you can kind of do your own thing with it. Every single one is slightly different, so there's no exact way to do it. Then I've gone on with knee guards. I went with two different ones. This is printed in purple because, again, I like to mix things up. So it's a standard knee guard, and this one has rockets on the side. Just again, Thingiverse. Just printed those two out, nice and simple. For the knees, again, I wanted to go something a bit different. They're slightly bigger than, say, Boba or Mando's knees. They're more probably Paz Vizsla sort of size. With these rockets, there is a lot of details on there that's not printed fantastically, but I will deal with that when I'm sorting it out. And then I could have gone thigh. I decided to not go with thigh pieces, and I'll explain to you in a bit why. So I've gone with shin guards. Very simple with the shin guards, just something like that. Pretty big. Not sure what I'm going to do color-wise on these just yet. But again, we'll talk about color in a moment. And then I wanted to go blaster. Now, I don't want to go for anything big. I don't want to go for anything super like built up, because my Mandalorian is actually going to have, this is another reason why I'm not going to go for thigh pieces. I'm going to have a gun on one side and a small lightsaber on the other. So he's going to have like a lightsaber that he's like picked up on his travels, if you wish. Doesn't completely know how to use it properly, not a Jedi, not nothing like that. Literally just picked up this lightsaber on his travels, found it. And so I'm going to have that on one side and the gun on the other. So I don't want the gun to be too much, because he's going to have a couple of different weapons. So I wanted to go with Mandalorian blaster like Sabine's from Rebels, which is the Westar 35, I believe. I could be totally wrong. Let me know. And I found this print on Thingiverse, and it's very in line with her gun in Rebels. Which is very cool. Like, it's a nice size, it's a nice fit. It is very plain, because obviously it's built with cartoon in mind. But this actually came with a print for a holster. That's horrible sound. So with a holster, so like that's ready to go. So like literally I can just strap that on and I'm ready to go. Now, as time went on, I kept looking at this and kept looking at this. I was like, it's nice. Like, it looks cool, super simple, super sleek, but it's not quite as detailed as I'd like it. So I found a more live action, realistic version. So I've 3D printed that. I'm not going to go ahead and put I'm not going to put electronics in it or anything. It's very much going to be just a sidearm that I don't use. But this one, just a lot more realistic, and there's a lot more stuff that I can do with this details wise and whatnot, and it's still a nice fit. I was hoping that it would fit in there, but it's like, look, it's just ever so slightly too thin on that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to reprint this, but I'm just going to resize it this way, just like a little bit, just so that slides in, because other than that, that's actually a really nice holster and really nice and easy. It just needs to be, look, it just needs to be that little tad bigger so it can fit the gun in. And then that's gonna be very, very cool. So those are all the pieces. These are all the pieces that I've printed that I'm gonna make into my Mando outfit. There's numerous steps that have to come in next. First and foremost is sanding. Sanding. Now I've looked everywhere and I've looked at videos and I'm like, you could pour resin over it and that makes it not easier to sand, but like kind of fills all the gaps really quickly and kind of makes it smoother, quicker. But that comes with its own sort of issues as well. So, you know what I've done is I've gone ahead and I'm just going old school. I've grabbed this pack with a bunch of different types of grain, starting at 40 all the way up to 400. It does have a little thingy that would only be useful for the bigger parts. But then you do the whole 60, 120, 240, 400, just to get it nice and smooth. So then I've gone ahead and got these. Now again, here's what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said this at the beginning, I don't have a clue. I'm an idiot at best. So my plan is to sand everything down because I know everything needs to be smooth. And then I have this primer filler that has filling properties, so I'm going to spray that all over and then I have to sand everything again. Now, this helmet is like flawless, like beautiful, shiny, absolutely flawless. The paint job is incredible. Everything about it is absolutely mint, right? Because Elvis is incredible and his work is second to none. I can't replicate that. Never in a million years I'm going to be able to replicate that. I just can't. So I'm very much going to go with when we very first saw Mando Din Djarin. He had his beautiful Beskar helmet that was all slick, but all the rest of it was kind of like, it was a bit patchy and it was a bit dull and that before he got his full Beskar outfit. That's kind of what I'm going to go for too. I'm going to have my nice shiny pristine helmet and then everything else still going to be in the same color scheme ish, but it's not going to be as perfect as that because I can't make it that perfect. Like I could spend a year on it and it still won't be that perfect because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to do my best version of it. I'm definitely going to sand everything down, get everything super smooth, but not to the point that I need it to be like no possible like anything. It can be great. It doesn't need to be perfect. So that's what I'm going for. I'm going for great, not perfect. So once I've put this on and people can tell me if this is actually good stuff. I just looked it up and I've just kind of gone with my instinct really. Then sand it all down again. And then I've got this direct to plastic paint, which is a black gloss. So this will go straight over it. Now let's talk color, because as you can see, this helmet is very much purple with black accents. And it's a beautiful, shiny, glittery purple. I'm not sure that purple all over is going to work. I think it might be a bit much. So I think for the rest of the outfit, I'm going to reverse the color scheme. So instead of it being purple with black accents, the rest of it's going to be black with purple accents. So like this, that'll be like on there. It's purple with black. This will be black and the fulcrum symbol will be purple. No idea how I'm going to paint that. I'm going to have to figure it out as I go along. And then very much this, I've decided this is going to be black, but then that part is going to be purple because that's almost, I'm actually going to have this part black, but these sort of angle parts, they're going to be purple because if you look at that, that's essentially part of the fulcrum symbol as well. And then what I'm going to do is part of this, I'm not sure which part, whether it's going to be the middle part or the diamond itself, is going to be pink, like the pink on the visor. So it might just be this slice, might just be pink. So I might go purple with that and pink, like a nice bright neon pink in the middle there. And then, yeah, but the rest of this will be full on black, gloss black. I'm not going weathering because I don't know how to do it. So we're going to start with gloss black. And as time goes on, I can figure it out, I'm sure. But like I said, this will be black and purple stripes. But the outer part will be black. This I'm not really sure what to do with at the moment. It's going to be black, but I'm thinking about doing like purple lines running around the outside. That one's still a work in progress in my head. Similar to the knee parts. And the gun I'm going to make into a gun colour. These I'm very much going to keep black and just like add accents of purple here. And as you can see, anywhere that there's like an indent or anything, or like a part, they're going to be purple. So that's my plan. That's where we're at right now. I'm hoping to do some more of these videos. What I'll do is I'll get everything sanded first, and then I'll come back with my next video with everything sanded so you can see what it looks like when it's all sanded and all smoothed. Then I'll go ahead and I'll also do the filler. And then after that, the next step will be painting. And then once I've painted it, I'll come back. And then I think, the fourth part, I think, yeah, this feels like a 4-part video. The fourth part will be me fully decked out because I still need all the soft goods. I still need the flight suit. I do have one, but it's a bit too big and it clings in the wrong places and flappy in others. So, and then the flak vest that goes on top, I need to pick that up. And then I need to figure out a belt. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing about a belt. If anybody's got any ideas about a belt, bear in mind I have to attach a gun and a lightsaber to it. Please let me know because like I said, I'm just starting this out. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. Which I always kind of figure that's what you do with cosplay, isn't it? You kind of buy pieces and you do it as you go along. And then as time progresses, potentially I'll get better at it. Or I'll get worse. But that's a fun video too. But that's it for my video on my first video, part 1 of my cosplay journey to Dark Fulcrum. I quite like that. It felt like I meant to say that. It just came out of my brain. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know if you want to see other things I've printed, because I've done a lot. But until next time, don't forget, we are one with the Force, and the Force is with us.